What if everything you know, your life, the universe, reality itself, is just the unconscious dream of a cosmic, blind god? In today's video, we're diving deep into the terrifying concept of Azathoth, the blind god from Lovecraft's stories. We'll explore how this fictional being could actually be connected to ancient beliefs, real historical references, and even modern scientific theories. Could there be more truth to Azathoth than just myth? Stick around to the end to uncover the shocking links between Azathoth and real-world philosophies that challenge the very nature of our reality. Azathoth is one of the most powerful entities in H.P. Lovecraft's mythology. Known as the Blind God, or nuclear chaos, Azathoth is described as a chaotic, shapeless mass with constantly shifting tentacles, lacking any defined form. He is surrounded by the monotonous sound of flutes, played by lesser beings whose purpose is to keep him asleep. Azathoth has no awareness of himself or of what he has created. He is completely blind to his own existence and the universe that depends on him. While he sleeps, the universe continues to exist. But if he ever wakes up, everything would cease to be, as reality is merely a product of his unconscious mind. Azathoth exists outside of time and space. He resides in a realm that cannot be accessed through normal means, and the only way to reach him is through dreams. This highlights his detachment from the physical world as we understand it. In Lovecraft's mythology, the entire universe is described as nothing more than Azathoth's dream. Everything we know, time, space, physical laws, and our very existence are just projections from his unconscious mind. If Azathoth were to awaken, reality itself would disappear. When we dream, we are unaware that we are creating a reality in our minds. That dream world feels real, but it's simply an illusion created by our unconscious. Similarly, Azathoth's power works in the same way. While he sleeps, his unconsciousness generates the universe. But because he is blind and unaware, he has no control over it. This leads to a disturbing thought. What if our entire reality is just the dream of a cosmic being who doesn't even realize its own power? If Azathoth were to wake up, everything we know would vanish, as our existence is just a projection of his sleeping mind. Azathoth is pure chaos, a force of immense power with no awareness or control over his creation. His very existence calls into question the stability of the universe, and his unconsciousness makes him an ever-present threat to everything we know. To fully grasp the significance of Azathoth's existence beyond time and space, it's essential to explore his role as the Blind God, a title that not only defines his cosmic position, but also connects him to ancient mythologies that describe similar divine figures lost in their own creation. There are multiple reasons behind this title, but one of the most fascinating is his unawareness of what he is doing. It's not just that he is blind in a literal sense, but that he is entirely unconscious of the reality he has created. This concept mirrors many ancient mythologies that describe similar deities. In Gnostic traditions, for instance, there are references to a being called the Demiurge, a creator god who is often described as ignorant or blind to the true spiritual reality. According to Gnostic beliefs, the Demiurge is the creator of the material world, a kind of prison from which humanity must escape. This concept is strikingly similar to the idea of Azathoth as the unconscious creator of reality. The Gnostics believed that the material world was an illusion created by a divine being who, in his ignorance, had imprisoned human souls in a limited existence. This idea of a blind and chaotic God creating an illusory reality strongly resonates with the figure of Azathoth. The Gnostics also held that secret knowledge, or gnosis, was the key to escaping this material prison. Through esoteric knowledge and spiritual awakening, one could access the true reality beyond the limits imposed by the material world. This quest for knowledge and transcendence is a recurring theme in both Gnostic beliefs and Lovecraft's stories, where characters often seek to uncover dark and forbidden secrets that allow them to access other dimensions or realities beyond human comprehension. H.P. Lovecraft was known for being an avid reader and scholar of ancient cultures, mythologies, and religions. He delved deeply into esoteric writings and ancient texts, many of which mentioned divine beings and cosmic entities wielding unimaginable power over the universe. While he never claimed to have directly based Azathoth on any specific historical figure, it is impossible to overlook the parallels between his descriptions of this entity and the esoteric beliefs of various cultures throughout history. Some scholars have theorized that he may have been influenced by Gnostic ideas or by the esoteric philosophy that gained popularity in the early 20th century. Concepts such as existence being an illusion and the universe as an unconscious dream may have been inspired by these ancient belief systems. In many cultures, chaos is seen as the primordial force of creation, a concept that Lovecraft took to the extreme with his depiction of Azathoth. Moreover, Lovecraft was a great fan of authors like Arthur Machen and Lord Dunsany, who also explored esoteric and mythological themes in their writings. These influences may have helped Lovecraft shape his own pantheon of cosmic horrors, which included entities like Azathoth, Cthulhu, and Nyarlathotep. Although these figures might appear to be purely fictional, they are deeply rooted in esoteric traditions that have endured throughout the centuries. Let's now revisit the figure of the Demiurge, the blind god of Gnostic tradition. In many Gnostic texts, the Demiurge is portrayed as an arrogant being who, in his ignorance, creates the material world, unaware that he's trapping human souls in an illusory prison. The Gnostics believed this material world was a deceptive trap, crafted by an imperfect, blind entity. This mirrors Lovecraft's depiction of Azathoth, a blind god, oblivious to the reality he's created. The Gnostics viewed the Demiurge as a flawed usurper who believed himself to be the sole god, while in truth, he was only a fragment of a far greater cosmic reality. Gnostic teachings spoke of a higher divinity beyond the Demiurge, embodying true light and knowledge. This contrast between the blind god and the hidden, enlightened divinity reflects the eternal tension between ignorance and wisdom, chaos and order, a theme central to Lovecraft's work as well. The Demiurge's blindness is not just literal, it symbolizes his disconnection from the deeper, truer reality. Similarly, Azathoth, unaware of the universe he dreams, is trapped within his own creation, blind to the vastness beyond his own chaotic existence. The concept that the universe could be a dream or illusion is not unique to Lovecraft or Gnostic beliefs. Philosophers and scientists have explored this idea throughout history. George Berkeley, a prominent philosopher, argued that reality does not exist independently of the mind. According to Berkeley, the material world is merely a projection of our perceptions, existing only because we perceive it. This idea closely resembles the concept of Azathoth as the dreamer of the universe. If we cease to perceive the world, would it still exist? This is a question that has baffled thinkers for centuries. Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, another influential philosopher, proposed that the absolute is a cosmic consciousness that evolves over time but is unaware of itself. In his philosophy, the universe is the product of this evolving consciousness, which generates reality unconsciously. This again echoes Lovecraft's portrayal of Azathoth, who unknowingly generates chaos and existence. In Eastern religious traditions like Advaita Vedanta, in Hinduism, we encounter similar ideas about the illusory nature of the universe. In this belief system, the material world is a projection created by Brahman, the universal consciousness. This illusion, called Maya, prevents souls from seeing the ultimate truth. The purpose of human existence, according to Advaita Vedanta, is to transcend this illusion and unite with Brahman, the true reality behind the illusion. In recent years, Lovecraft's concept of Azathoth, the blind god, has sparked renewed interest among fans and scholars who have connected this fictional being to modern scientific and philosophical ideas. These interpretations suggest that Azathoth can serve as a powerful metaphor for the chaotic, uncertain nature of existence as revealed by contemporary thought. One of the most compelling connections drawn between Azathoth and modern science is the simulation hypothesis, a theory popularized by philosopher Nick Bostrom. This hypothesis suggests that our reality could be a highly advanced computer simulation created by an intelligent civilization. If true, this would mean that everything we perceive as real is, in fact, artificial, a product of a higher intelligence's computational processes. In this context, Azathoth could be seen as an allegory for the programmer, an entity that has unconsciously set the universe in motion, unaware of the consequences or intricacies of the simulation it created. Just as Azathoth dreams the universe into being without any awareness, the programmer in the simulation hypothesis might be indifferent or blind to the lives and realities existing within its artificial creation. This parallel resonates with contemporary concerns about the nature of reality. Philosopher David Chalmers, who explores issues of perception and consciousness, has questioned whether we can ever truly know if we are living in a simulation. Like the characters in Lovecraft's tales who confront the unsettling realization that their reality may be an illusion, the simulation hypothesis forces us to grapple with the possibility that our universe lacks a concrete, objective foundation. If our world is merely a sophisticated illusion, what role do we play in a universe that exists only because a higher force dreams it into being? Azathoth's chaotic and unconscious nature also finds resonance in quantum mechanics, particularly in the principle of indeterminacy. According to quantum theory, particles do not take on specific properties, such as position or momentum, until they are observed. This suggests that reality at the most fundamental level is not fixed, but rather exists in a state of probability until something interacts with it. The famous double-slit experiment demonstrates that particles can behave both as waves and particles, but only choose one form when observed. This introduces an element of randomness and unpredictability to the nature of existence, echoing the chaos embodied by Azathoth. In this sense, quantum mechanics offers a scientific metaphor for the type of chaos Azathoth represents, a universe where reality is only solidified through observation and perception. This aligns with Azathoth's role as the chaotic dreamer, whose unconsciousness dreams the universe into being, reflecting the notion that existence itself is fragile and contingent. Physicist John Wheeler's concept of a participatory universe, where observers help bring the universe into existence through their interactions with it, further echoes this idea. Azathoth can thus be interpreted as the ultimate personification of quantum indeterminacy, a blind, mindless force whose very nature defies human comprehension and introduces chaos into the fabric of reality. Another modern perspective that aligns with Azathoth's chaotic nature is multiverse theory, which suggests that multiple, possibly infinite universes exist simultaneously. In this framework, every possible outcome of every event spawns a new universe, creating a nearly infinite number of realities. This idea complements the view of Azathoth as a being whose chaotic unconsciousness spawns countless realities, each a fragment of his endless, swirling dreams. The many-worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, proposed by physicist Hugh Everett, posits that each quantum decision results in a branching of universes, with all possible outcomes realized in parallel worlds. This interpretation of reality is strikingly similar to the image of Azathoth unconsciously dreaming an infinite array of universes into existence, each a random, chaotic product of his mindless dreaming. In this sense, the multiverse theory suggests that our universe is just one of countless possible realities generated by the chaotic whims of a greater force. Azathoth, in this context, represents the primordial chaos that gives rise to infinite realities, each swirling in its own dimension, independent of any logic or order. As modern science contemplates the existence of multiple universes, the image of a cosmic being dreaming innumerable realities into existence serves as a powerful metaphor for the randomness and uncertainty that defines our understanding of the cosmos. Finally, Azathoth's role in Lovecraft's mythos can also be viewed through the lens of cosmic nihilism, a philosophy that emphasizes the meaninglessness of human existence in an indifferent universe. Lovecraft's stories are imbued with the horror of insignificance. Humanity is not only small in the grand scheme of things, but also powerless in a cosmos ruled by forces that are indifferent to our existence. Azathoth, in this regard, serves as the ultimate symbol of existential dread. He is a being so vast and chaotic that he is completely unaware of the universe he has created, embodying the terrifying possibility that our existence is meaningless, driven by unconscious random forces rather than purpose or design. This notion parallels the ideas of existentialist philosophers such as Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus, who grappled with the meaning of life in a universe that seems indifferent or hostile to human concerns. Camus's idea of the absurd, the conflict between humanity's desire for meaning and the universe's apparent lack of it, finds a striking reflection in the figure of Azathoth, a cosmic being whose very existence challenges the notion of meaning or order in the universe. Cosmic nihilism, as explored by philosophers such as Eugene Thacker in his book In the Dust of This Planet, suggests that the universe is not only indifferent, but also beyond human comprehension, a theme Lovecraft returns to frequently in his work. Azathoth's existence as an unconscious, chaotic force aligns perfectly with this nihilistic view of the cosmos, where life and reality itself are nothing more than the random byproducts of forces far beyond our understanding. After diving into the theory that links Azathoth to ancient beliefs and modern science, we're left with a chilling question. What if our entire reality is nothing more than the chaotic dream of a cosmic being we can't even comprehend. This unsettling idea isn't just fiction. It echoes through history, philosophy, and even science. Azathoth represents more than horror. He symbolizes our deepest fears, the fragility of existence, the unsettling thought that everything we know could vanish in an instant, and that reality itself may be nothing but an illusion. But if this really is a dream, what does it mean for us? Could we ever wake up? And if we did, would we want to face what's on the other side? These questions have haunted humanity for centuries and will continue to do so. So, as you reflect on your own reality, remember, maybe we haven't woken up yet. If this idea captured your imagination, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more journeys into the unknown.